everybody, welcome back to Mad Points. What I'm talking about today is going to save you some points in your games of Heroclix, okay? So listen here, we're going to be talking about some new things that are happening in the game. We're talking about all these changes they just made. All these changes, I can't believe it. It's a bad thing, horrible thing they're doing. But we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to save you some points in your games. So I'm the chief, I'm the person to listen to, I'm the person who's going to tell you what you're going to learn, okay? So let's just jump into it, okay? The first power we're going to be talking about is Leap Climb. Leap Climb has gone up and down through all the years. It's gone up and down, all over the place throughout all the years. It started out automatic breakaway. Can't you believe it? Automatic breakaway. I can't believe it. Automatic breakaway. But that didn't happen. That didn't last long at all, did it? Because they ended up changing it again to just a +2. So, not nearly as good as it used to be. Automatic breakaway was the best thing in the whole world. If you ask me, better than biscuits and gravy and everything on top of that. So, but +2 is not nearly good, and that's why it took a slump. Everybody sold out on the Leap Climb. Nobody wanted Leap Climb anymore. Everybody sold that stonk and just went to market on it. But then it got slightly better in 2018. I don't really know why, but I somehow marked it on the chart. So we're going to listen to that, okay? It got slightly better in 2018, but I don't know what's happening. But in 2021 it's gonna be the best. It's gonna be the best stock you've ever seen. In 2021, it's gonna be passive. It's always gonna be on. It's gonna be working with charge. It's gonna be working with run shot. It's gonna be working with hypersonic speed. It's gonna be working with all those different stonks. So this is the stonk you want to invest in 2023. In 2023, I promise you, in 2023, Thanos is gonna be crying because he don't have Leap Climb on his dial. He's gonna be saying, I need that Leap Climb. So you need to invest in the Leap Climb stock right now. You hear me? Leap Climb is going up through the moon. Get those diamonds, people. Get those diamonds. I'm gonna send it off to our analyst at home, Matt, and let's see what he has to say about this, okay? Sending it off to you, Matt.
Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for having me on your show. I love Mad Points. I love your show. I'm always watching it to find out more about the things. But yeah, I mean, Leap Climb, it's interesting to see the history of Leap Climb with the way it started out automatic breakaway, and that was one of the things I missed so much when comparing it to to phasing and stuff. Phasing even now broke away for free, automatic breakaway, but Leap Climb, you don't know how many times I've rolled even with a +2 with Leap Climb, and you roll the 1 and you don't break away, and it's like it's such a shame because that's all you're doing is just trying to get away, and you roll the 1 and you fail that, not only get the action token, now you're stuck, and most likely you were running away trying to get away from a threat of some kind, so now they're going to whoop you even harder. So, them removing the automatic breakaway in 2013, 2015, that was a definite hit. But now even without the automatic breakaway, I just think it being passive now is a bigger boon than it's ever been. I think it's going to be stronger now than it's ever been. Being able to be comboed with sidestep or any other kind of movement. You no longer have to activate Leap Climb. You just at any point when you're moving, and that will be really, really useful. That'll be really useful. Perhaps they won't have to put so many pieces. Improved targeting. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna get rid of improved movement. That's what I mean. Improved movement. Maybe they're gonna get rid of improved movement altogether and just like give out more Leap Climb. I wouldn't be mad about that. Why? Because you can outwit Leap Climb. You can outwit Leap Climb and turn off improved movement, but you can't just outwit improved movement. I don't believe. So that would be an interesting thing. But I think Leap Climb is on the up and up. I think it is. So back to you. Go back to you and your amazing show. Thanks for having me.
That's what I'm saying, everybody. That's what I'm saying. You gotta listen to Matt. He agrees with me. Leap Climb is gonna go through the moon. Leap Climb's going through the moon with this stock. So you gotta definitely jump into this boat. Get into Leap Climb boat. Get into Leap Climb and go through the lakes. Get that mad points. Get those mad points with that Leap Climb. Okay, moving on. Okay, the next power we're gonna be talking about is telekinesis. Telekinesis has had a wild ride too. I mean, this game's been going on since 2002, so who the hell knows what they're doing all this time then? It's been almost 20 years, and all these powers have changed everything, and you know what I'm saying. Okay, telekinesis 10 range, beginning 10 range. You see a trend here? 10 range, 10 range, 10 range. That's the sweet spot right there. That's the dang sweet spot right there. But it ain't no sweet spot anymore because it took a dive soon after. It took a dive. Not only did it have a 10 range in 2010, but it also, dude, the person you were moving didn't need to see where they were going. You just throw them right through a wall, throw them right through a window, throw them right through a door. It didn't matter anymore. But in 2013 and 2015, they made the special triangle. They made that stupid triangle that everybody worries about nowadays. Can this see where that's going and that's going and this going and that going? And now you gotta do the triangle. Gotta do the triangle dance. Gotta do the triangle dance. Gotta do the triangle dance. That's what I'm saying. They also reduced the range from, went from 10 to an 8. Can you believe it? That's not great. Well, that's all I'm saying. The stock went all down. Went down. You can see that the chart start over there. It went down. The stock went down. And then what happened in 2018? They reduced the range even more to 6. Can you believe it? How do we go from 10 to 8 to 6? I don't know. It's ridiculous. These Wizkids don't know what they're doing with the market. That's what I'm saying. But now, oh, in their infinite wisdom, they're like, we're going to make it even better. How are they going to make it even better? We're going to remove options. So what they've done is, now you can't throw objects at people. What do you mean? Mr. Jean Grey coming around and they can't throw objects at people. Mr. Magneto went around, he can't throw objects at people. So this song is over with. Sell. This is a loser stock, people. It's a loser stock. You need to get rid of your telekinesis stonks before you lose all your money, okay? You're not going to get any more points with stonks, okay? You're not going to get any more points with this stonk. This stonk is over with. So sell. Get rid of this. So going back to our analyst, Matt, what do you think about telekinesis, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, telekinesis, oh man, it's been a bumpy ride for telekinesis. I mean, back in the heyday, you know, when I first started playing the game, I started playing in 2009. So, you know, in 2010, with everything having a 10 range, perplex, outwit, probability control, telekinesis, all these things having a 10 range, it was a completely different game back in the day. And then when they tried to rein everything in and they brought it back down to the, you know, the 6 range, or I guess telekinesis even had an 8 range in 2013, 2015, an 8 range. That was useful, but then they made it more complicated by doing the triangle, you know, like you were saying, the triangle. And, you know, that always, even to today, it still leads to issues where it's like, yeah, the TKer can see that spot, but the person they're placing cannot see that spot. And, you know, so, I mean, you'll be able to place friendly characters still, but you won't be able to place opposing characters, and you won't be able to throw objects at people. The throwing objects at people, I agree with you. I agree with you, Kramer, that you know, throwing objects at people was one of the big things of telekinesis. It's hard to have a telekinetic character that cannot throw objects around. And I mean, I would even say, you know, throwing objects around with objects was that much more useful than throwing them around with super strength or whatever other use of holding an object was. I rarely saw somebody with super strength throw an object, or I rarely saw anybody pick up a light and just throw it, even though they could. Most of the time, though, the pieces with telekinesis, you know, I would see them pick up the objects and chuck them at people. So for them to remove that feature is a big hit for telekinesis. And, I mean, telekinesis is still going to be useful. It's not a crappy power by any means, but, it definitely it's lost a lot of use over the years. Poor telekinesis.
That's what I'm saying. It's the worst donk in the whole game now. I can't believe it. They ruined telekinesis. I can't believe it. It's a sad day in America when telekinesis ain't what it used to be. But okay, so it's a sad day, but I'm going to have to move on to the next power. Moving on to combat expert. You know, the RCE and the CCE and the down with the OPP, know me, you know, all that kind of stuff. Those powers are been up and down like all the other powers. You know, you know, back in the day when they, you know, in 2010, you couldn't even put it into attack anymore. You could only do +2 damage. There was no option. And that was really, really crappy. So that's why it was only barely okay power. Okay, it was only worth barely investing into that stonk, or you know, you didn't really go too much into it. You know what I'm saying? But around 2013, 2015, what they did was they made it where you could adjust it, so you could either go 2 into attack, 2 into damage, or 1 to ETH. It was so much. That's the best change they've ever thought about. It gave so much creative options to people. It was the best stonk at that point. It was a really, really good stonk at that point. You know, it was really, really good. But you know, the problem is, the power got stagnant. It didn't change for a while. You know, years went by. It just kept going and kept going. And Wizkids, again, in their infinite wisdom, they're like, we need to change things. Why? Because they've been the same thing for too dang long. So they decided, you know what, we're going to go back to 2010 and not give players an option on how they want to use this power. So what that means is you no longer can choose if you want to go all into attack or all into damage or 1 into each, because the only choice you got now, the only choice in the whole world between going to Ryan's or Golden Corral is 1 in attack, 1 in damage. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Can you believe it, Matt? Can you believe it, John? Can you believe it? We can't believe it. It's so bizarre why they take a good stonk and they make it worse. I don't know. But let's go back to our analyst, Matt, and see what he has to say about this weird stonk.
I think this is the one that I hate the change the most. I hate the change the most just because, you know, I go back to the Wizkids article, the very first one, Rules 0, where one of their core values was, 2 of them were making the game easier for new players and all that kind of stuff. But then one was keeping veteran strategy choices available. And I feel like a lot of the changes they're making are just removing those options. You know, you can't choose to not take pushing damage or take pushing damage. That's an option. It's no longer your choice. And now with RCE and CCE, the combat experts, I gotta say, I mean, they're still useful, and I think one of the reasons why they're not plummeting in use after this is because they gained usefulness from being able to be comboed with running shot and charge and stuff like that. I guess since they're not even in action either, right? So they could even be comboed with hypersonic speed. They can be comboed with everything now, pretty much. So that is a lot of usefulness, but with no control over how you want to do it. That's horrible. That's really, really bad. You know, the last game I played this past Saturday, you know, my bishop was trying to shoot a 19 defense Kate Pride that was in hindering, and I was like, yeah, I need to hit a 20, and I only have a 10 attack. So, you know, I got 10 for 2. I could go, you know, 10 for 4, or I could go 11 for 3, or I could go 12 for 2. And I'm like, I'm going to make sure those 2 damage hit and they stick. And so I went 12 for 2, and I was able to hit her. And it took a few hits. I think I finally KO'd her. But, I mean, with no option now, it's like, well, 11 for 3, here we go. I need to roll in big ol' 9. You know, and if your opponent has any kind of probability control, that 9 is not gonna stay. So it's a big loss. I mean, you can combo it, that's good, but the options are gone. You know, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, everybody. I can't believe they made such a good stonk that much worse. It rains on my parade. It's snowing outside. It's 30 degrees outside, and it's still raining on my parade. Somehow I'm doing this parade in the middle of the day, and it's still raining on my dang parade. I can't believe you Wizkids. Why'd you go and change his power? Why'd you go change his power? Oh, but I gotta move on. I gotta get to the next power. Okay, moving on. So the last power we're gonna talk about, the last power that was in the article was Perplex. Can you believe it? It's Perplex. You know what Perplex is? It's not prob. It's not how it's Perplex. It modifies the values. And it's been very rarely pretty much the same thing the whole the time. 2010. Can you guess the range value that it was in 2010? I'm guessing once, guessing twice. Sold. It was 10 range in 2010. Can you believe it? Maybe that's why I call it the 2010s. I don't know. But in 2013, 2015, they were like, you know what? 10 range is too much. So they made it 6 range. Oh, 6 range, and that stonk plummeted. That stonk plummeted so hard, it plummeted faster than a large lady at the Walmart shopping aisle. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what happened. It plummeted so damn hard when it went from 10 range to 6 range. And then what was even worse was they kept this thing stipulation where if they take damage or heal, the perplex goes away. So you couldn't even long-term perplex down a defense or nothing. It was bizarre, if you ask me. Bizarre with a big R. That's what I'm saying, okay? So, but in 2018 they improved it. I can't believe it. They brought it back. They brought back Perplex. They made it slightly better. Why? Because they said if you take damage or you heal, it stays. It sticks. When you perplex down the defense, it sticks. And that was so good because you could perplex down defense, attack, and then get a new defense and still be perplexed. And he would keep attacking. It was so good. Flurry, all this kind of stuff. It was pretty good. But oh man, rest in peace, Perplex. Because they've taken away a core mechanic of it. And now you can't perplex damage anymore. Can you believe it? Oh my lord, this is the worst power in the whole world now. You can't perplex damage anymore. What am I supposed to do? Perplex attack? No way. I don't need to do that anymore. Perplex defense? No way. I got impervious. I don't need that anymore. But perplex damage? I really would like to do that, but I can't do that anymore. And Wizkids took it away. Can you believe it? Wizkids took it away. I can't believe it. That is so bizarre. I'm losing my mind. We gotta go back to Matt. Matt's gonna get Matt. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, it's funny about Perplex. It is so funny about Perplex and how it's changed from the 10 range to the 6 range, but then it went away if you took damage or healed, and now it doesn't go away if you take damage or heal, which is nice because you can perplex down a defense, hit them with one person. Even if their dial changes, they still have a perplex down defense. Hit them with someone else. Even if their dial changes, they still have a perplex down defense. Hit them with someone else. That's super useful. But now, you can't perplex down damage. I mean, you can't perplex up or down damage. I mean, I think one thing people may be forgetting about is one tactic I like to do is get 2 or 3 perplexers, go up to one of your tentpole pieces and be like -3 to your damage. And suddenly you're like, okay, there's a 150 point piece that was doing 4 damage is now doing 1 damage, and it's not even getting past toughness at that point. And now that's no longer an option. I do think it was. I think perplexing damage was getting out of hand. You had pieces like Steampunk Penny and that shield guy that could. I think he could perplex up damage by 2. Steampunk Penny could possibly perplex up damage by 3. And, I've seen it on robot teams for that sole purpose. And I think maybe a better change would have been to change Rule of 3, which meant that any stat cannot be modified minus or plus 3 or more than -3 or plus. They could not be modified more than +3 or less than -3. I would change that to a rule of 2. So any stat can only be +2 or -2, no more or less. I think that would be a good change to the game. Suddenly, if someone picks up an object, a heavy object with super strength, there's no point in bumping their damage anymore because they're going to get a +2 from that object. Or, that shield guy I was talking about, he can do a +2, but if he possibly hurts himself at the end of the turn, that would be all you need. You put 2 into attack, you're not getting anything more. I think a rule of 2 would be a better way of handling this issue than cutting out a core way to use perplex. Because it wasn't always used to make your piece that much stronger. It was also sometimes used to make your opponent's piece hit lighter. And you can no longer do that. So again, that's another veteran strategic option that's no longer available thanks to this change.
True words have never been said, man. I gotta agree with you. Everything you said, you've been straight on. And that's what I'm saying. Matt is the god. You gotta follow that guy. Don't listen to me. I just have a TV show on MSNBC. They pay me the good points. I get the big points all day, every day, every day. But I'm trying to teach you people. I'm trying to teach you. These are the stocks you gotta invest in. Heroclix is going down. It is going down until at least the next rule change or whatever. So you know what I'm saying. This is what this show's all been about. Thank you so much for watching, okay? I hope you enjoyed this. Tune in for the next episode of Mad Points, where I'm gonna teach you all the tricks and tricks, all the tips and tricks. I got them all. I got trips, I got tips, I got everything. I got traps, everything. I got everything to get you those points in those games. So, you have a fun time playing Heroclix in the future. Come back to MSNBC when you want to see more Mad Points. And that's what I'm saying. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thanks everybody for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I was trying something different, you know. I think my throat's gonna hurt me all day long because of this. But I just had to try to make this video. I think this will be really fun and really funny to watch going back. So try to have fun playing Heroclix. I know some people may not like these changes, but you know, we can all try to still have fun with the game. Try to find some fun for you in some way for the game. Try to stay safe out there, everybody. Make sure to wear your mask and stay socially distanced, because there still are a lot of people out there that can get sick. And let's just hope for the day we can get back in our local venue and get back to some kind of normalcy. That'll be sooner than later, and come soon. But there's a lot of cool Heroclix products coming out for the rest of the year. I'm going to make sure to keep talking about them. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.